didn't realize it in our lore in 2020.
Oh shoot, it's time.
Oh no, it's time.
Hello, everybody.
It's time.
Yes, you are right, Food Court Druid. The plot is very simple and easy to get caught up with. So if this is the first time, I guess you don't want me to record this. All right. All right, so I guess...
The only thing you need to know is that we don't know what's going on.
Nobody knows what's happening. Yeah, so anyways, I'm Joel. I'm going to run the game. And the game that we're going to be playing is Pasion de los Pasiones by Brandon Liam Gobetta. It's an amazing game. We're pretty much going to be playing out a telenovela. So I'm just here to help up the drama as the game master. And then everyone else is the player. We've been on hiatus for a little over a month, and we all remember exactly what happened, so don't worry. We're all we're on the same page. So as always, we have Jack, Addison, and Jonah joining us, but they're always here, so they'll introduce themselves later. But the real stars are our two guests this week. So first we have Dennis. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everyone a little about yourself and who you're playing today.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dennis Verrett. I run Control Group Podcast. You might have heard of us. If you haven't, check us out on anywhere you listen to podcasts. Today, I'll be playing Javier Dispara. He prefers to go by Javi. I'll be playing the Beauty Playbook. And all I'll say about Javier is he's just a classified himbo.
Ooh. Love it. Actually,
good.
I need to make sure I put a note in there. And that just says himbo.
That's what you need to know.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. I deleted everything else. And then next up, we have Nikki. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell a little about yourself and who you'll be playing today.
Hi guys, I'm Nikki. I am the Winked DM on Twitter and Instagram. I just play a bunch of games with a variety of different people. Hopefully I'll be doing some streams here with Critical Bits and some stuff with Flipping the Table. Hopefully starting our own Twitch channel in the near future, but I won't say anything because I've been enjoying sleeping in a little bit too much to make things happen. So, but keep an eye out for that. But today I will be playing Dominique Hernandez, the Gentleman Playbook.
Ooh, okay. And then now we can get back to our regular guest. So we'll start off with Addison. Addison, how you been?
I've been okay.
Do you remember how to play the game?
Not at all, really. I'm pretty much just gonna just see where the wave takes me.
I love it.
I've got my flower going, so I feel I feel her spirit within me, settling into that. I'm happy to be back. I missed this as a way to break up my days, which are mostly me waking up way too late and then eating cereal at night.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm in this picture. I don't like it.
I love my night cereal.
Jonah, as always, with the eye patch and the hat. How are you, sir?
Hello. I will be playing the eye patch wearing. Oh, I'm Jonah Jackson. Hi. I was just so excited to be back in the eye patch as Don Adolfo, aka El Lobo, playing El Jefe, the El Jefe playbook.
Ooh, and then last but not least, we have Jack, but there was a little snafu last time, wasn't there?
Ooh, a little bit.
If by snafu you mean drama, my friend.
Oh yes, I do.
Complication.
I do.
Ooh, that's right. My name's Jack Packard, and while normally I play Valentino the Beauty, I have recently suffered amnesia.
Oh no.
Guitar sting.
Oh no.
I assume you're adding that in post.
Yeah, I'll add everything in post when I make this into a podcast.
And so this week, I will be playing the employee handbook.
Ooh.
Because I don't know who I am. I don't even know if I know I'm Valentino yet because we haven't figured that out.
All right. Well, so like I said, that's it. This whole game is amazing. There are rules to it. We will try to keep that in mind as much as possible.
Oh, I didn't say my playbook.
Oh, well.
I'm playing the beauty. Okay, that's it.
See? Perfect example. We will try to follow them when it becomes convenient for the story, but it's not to belittle the game. It is an amazing game, and if you want to go check out...
game.
Yeah, it's the only game.
It is, in fact, the only game.
If you go check out, there's a link down below. You can go to Kickstarter, and you can actually pre-order a copy if you did not get it during the Kickstarter. They did get fully funded for a full book and a supplementary book. It's amazing. Dennis, I know that you've run Passions on Control Group.
Oh yeah, I was listening to that today. I'm excited to finish it. It's so good.
So I'm excited. So let's not let me say any more dumb fuck words, and let's jump into this. So we're at the hospital, and we're on the floor where we all are familiar with, because once again at this hospital they do sort by blood type. And DNA. So we're in the same place where Don Adolfo and Valentino had found themselves before in their special ward. As Valentino has awoken, it's like a week after this big fashion show that I definitely remember all the details of, and will come up later, and they'll be pertinent as soon as we move on. So and a lot of stuff happened in the week, except for Valentino though, who has been in a coma, and but Don Adolfo has a lot of guilt right now because Don Adolfo was about to die, and it was actually Valentino, his half brother, who saved him. But then Valentino, went crashing down below at this fashion show that was like on a hilltop or a beach, maybe. No, a beach doesn't have falling on it. A cliff. By a beach.
It was on a
beach doesn't have falling on it.
It was on
like a high-rise building. It was a high-rise building.
Well, because the fashion show was in a building.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there was a bar there. I remember there being a bar.
A beach doesn't have falling.
I mean, how would I get Gila monsters on a beach?
Quote that.
Obviously,
Someone just.
Someone make like an inspirational poster.
Well, that's the thing, though. The reason why this is all so fuzzy is because the story is being told through the memories of Valentino. Because right now we are inside, and that's the justification of why the scenery keeps changing in and around there.
Was it a beach?
And at
this inside,
does it have falling?
Yeah, and at this point.
Inside his coma dreams.
Yeah, and so Valentino is just wandering around in these coma dreams, and then we cut back out, and Don Adolfo is sitting by his half brother's side, as it's been a week, and the doctor said if we don't see any signs in the next 2 to 25 minutes, we will have to pull the plug. And so Don Adolfo, you're definitely feeling it, as your half brother is in a coma.
It's a beach. I don't know.
All right. So I'm next to the bed as he's just unconscious, lying there. Don Adolfo is wearing a white hat to signify that he's not doing any evil in this particular moment, but he's just sitting next to the bed, saying, "Oh, mi hermano, wake up! You must wake up. You saved my life." Oh!
Where am I? Who am I?
Diego?
I don't remember my name. I'm Diego.
Yes, it is me, your brother Rogelio.
Rogelio. Yes, I remember an eye patch, I think.
Yes, yes. You've been asleep for so long after the construction accident, but I've been waiting here by your side. Me, your non-criminal brother. We've been here.
Rogelio, thank you so much. Only a true brother would wait here with me. Oh, how did I get here?
With the construction accident. Are you saying you don't remember? Do you not remember anything?
I don't remember my life.
Oh, I was afraid this might happen, and I'd spoken to the doctor. But don't worry, my brother. Do not worry. We will make sure that you are all taken care of. And I think that we can flash back to all of the preparations that Don Adolfo has been doing this past week to assume a fake life. Oh
my God! Perfect. Yes. All right, so you're gonna spend 1 to 3 stress. Everyone should have clear. Oh, also the way that we've done it for these one shots, everyone just has 3 leverage over each other.
Yeah.
So just like you just start out with that, just so we do that. Okay, so we've switched hats, so we're flashing back to where Don Adolfo is setting up his alternate life as Rogelio and making
Diego.
Making Valentino think that he is Diego. So give me a little flavor in here. What are we doing?
So I think that he's set up, he's had Joaquin go through all the channels. I think that there was probably 2 days of Joaquin had gone off and done whatever before he came crawling back like the orphan that he is. And he's back in my employ now. But so he's been setting up the fake bank accounts, a condo, all of the different things, making sure that no one else knows where Valentino actually is, and setting up this whole alternate life for him.
Ooh, okay.
So convoluted.
I love it. It's very straightforward.
Very easy to follow.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Unlike myself, this is very straightforward.
All right, so how many stress did you spend?
I spent 1 stress, and that actually brought me to a 10. Rolled a 9.
Okay, so choose one. So which one are you choosing?
Let's back to prep. I think that I've stowed away something hidden.
Okay.
That something being Valentino.
And then you have to take +1 forward when acting on this. So so there's definitely something hidden. And Valentino, well, I'm sorry, Diego.
Who is this Valentino?
If I wasn't running everything on the stream, I would go to Photoshop right now and change your name and put it up, but that's not going to happen. So you believe you're Diego, but right on the other side of this hallway, though, we see this just beautiful hunk of man walking up and down. Javi, who are you at the hospital visiting right now?
Javi's actually there because his unknowing sugar mama is on her deathbed. Truly, Javi doesn't understand their relationship. It's just this really hot older woman that's into him and will give him presents. She promises she'll get him the new PS5, and he's just fine with it. So he's been fine with it, but he's super bummed that she's been sick and in the hospital. So he's there to visit her and just kind of bring her some comfort.
Oh, that's so nice.
Sweetie pie.
I love this so much. So you're going there to visit this your financier on her deathbed. Yep. And so you went and got her some nice soup, because that's what she loves is soup.
She loves soup.
She loves. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Because can't get enough of that.
Well, whenever y'all met at payformetolive.com, one of the things you bonded over was you saw a picture of her with soup, and you're like, hey, I like soup. And that's your little inside joke.
Yeah.
And she's also not alone, so it's fine. Anyways, so you go in, and she seems to be asleep, but there is a mysterious woman standing above her, maybe in a nefarious act, because this woman is rich, and maybe somebody was trying to poison her, maybe not. But you see in front of you standing
poison. You say.
You see in front of you standing Veronica. Over the bed. What is your lady friend's name?
Eliza.
Yeah. So you see Veronica standing over the bed of Eliza.
I'm sorry. Are you a nurse or something?
No, just an old friend.
Oh yeah, totally. I get it. Eliza's hella old, so she'd probably have a lot of old friends.
To clarify, I'm very young. She's an old friend of mine because she is very old.
No, I get it. I'm looking at you. You are definitely young.
Thank you.
Obviously. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Veronica is dispassionately watching the heart monitor, waiting for it to slow.
Like die, you bitch.
Literally, that's the vibe. So she has not looked at Javi. She's just responding.
Yeah,
just passionately watching the heart monitor.
Don't worry, the fan's not for you. The fan is for me.
Javi heads over to her bedside and places a cup of soup, obviously, on the little tray table you get in the hospital.
Yeah, and the camera pans down. We see too much soup. She's not been eating the soup. No one's been eating the soup.
She's got an IV drip.
Who's been in her soup?
Yeah.
There's just cups and cups of soup just stacked.
Definitely, yeah. But Javi's still bringing that soup.
Yeah, and I think Javi picks up one that seems unfinished, and it's very unlike her to not finish a soup.
To unfinish the soup.
To unfinish the soup.
Beach don't have falling. Unfinish the soup.
So he picks up the half finished cup of soup and just kind of inspects it. And it's her favorite, it's plain flour soup. Original flavoring soup.
It's just water with a chicken.
It's just flour and water. Flour and water.
I think you're talking about like warm water. That's what.
Yeah.
Warm water is the original.
You can't fuck up boiled water.
Really can't.
Warm.
Can we break down into what is soup conversation real fast? But
yes. I have nowhere to be.
Oh my lord.
So I think feeling very observed and not wanting to invite any suspicion from this admittedly not very observant young man, I think Veronica may be about to take her leave of this particular hospital room. So I think perhaps she makes her way to the door and is like, very sad to see her brought to this. After all, she used to be such an amazing pageant coach.
And I think Javi, as soon as Veronica passes him, he'll take a hold of her arm before she can get to the door and kind of spin her around to force her to look at him and his just, stone-cut jaw. He looks like an Aztec god.
Very beautiful.
Light stubble, and he just goes, what, can you stay a little bit? Like, I've been the only person to come and visit Eliza. Like, you're the only friend I've seen that she has. Like, I'm sure it's a great comfort for her.
Veronica stops and thinks for a moment. Watch an enemy die and look at a hot man at the same time. It's not bad. She produces a small bottle of red wine from the pockets of her skirt and says, absolutely. Perhaps you would join me for a drink.
So of course. It's really sick your skirt has pockets, by the way.
Thank you. You never know what a girl needs to carry with her.
So at this time, Veronica cracks open or pops open, I don't know, whatever you do with the wine.
Look, if it's that small, it's definitely a spin top.
Yeah.
It's definitely a twisty top.
Yeah, so
she bought it at the gas
she opens it up and pours it. But this is definitely... it's a very unique smell, because although Diego does not know who he is, that cannot stop the senses of Valentino from being activated, as Diego smells a very familiar, albeit cheap smell, coming from a few hospital doors down, as Rogelio is assuring his brother Diego that everything is fine, but you can tell that Diego has been distracted.
Rogelio, I'm getting a memory. I feel it smells like cheap wine and gazpacho. What is?
That's the smell of our mother. The doctor told me about this. Sense memory, all things way back to your childhood even are probably rushing back to you. But that's definitely not someone even remotely close to our age. It smells like our childhood, my brother.
Rogelio,
our mother.
Our mother was she a beautiful but frightening woman? What I'm remembering. I feel like I see her. A lot of oh, I don't know.
She was so and frightening.
First of all, Rogelio.
Excuse me.
Damn. No, you're right. You're right. I'm trying to rush it. I know this will take time. This will take time. I just wish I knew something I could do. Get back to my old routine, Rogelio. Let's go back to work.
Yes. Oh, don't worry. I've talked to your place of work, and they are ready to receive you back with open arms, my brother. Come with me.
Oh, good. That's me getting up from the bed.
Yeah, so you get up surprisingly well, having been in a coma for a week, and you're making your rounds. But at one point, you're having a little, you got the little the cart with your IV drip on it, and you're walking, and you stumble a little bit, and this very helpful woman is in the hallway. Dominic, who were you there to visit as you were leaving, and you saw Diego in his stay as you just helped him kind of stand himself back up?
Oh, I was visiting the children who parents cannot afford to pay for their hospital bills.
Oh yes, yeah. All the kids, because you're not, you're just there to break the bad news that yes, they have to get evicted from the hospital because healthcare is very important.
That's absolutely what I'm there to do.
But bad news delivered with a beautiful face.
Yeah, but
better than
cuts the tension a lot for sure, because this is a very, once again, pro healthcare universe.
Yes, absolutely.
I say, sir, thank you.
Ma'am.
Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. Ma'am.
Fine. I know I'm quite handsome, though.
Your beauty transcends any concept of gender. I just thank you so much for helping me up.
Oh, of course. Are you all right? Do you need assistance getting to your vehicle? Is someone...
We'll be all right. Thank you for helping my brother.
Absolutely. If you're ever in need of medical services as soon as you leave the hospital, I know how hard it is for people to afford that sort of thing. Here, just give me a call and she'll hand you a business card.
He says, "Oh, are you a doctor?" And he looks at the card.
No, just what's the word? Privateer? Someone who just does charity work. Is that what that's called?
Philanthropist.
Thank you. No, I'm just a philanthropist.
Don Adolfo's ears and eye really perked up when she said privateer, and then she said philanthropist, and he was like, "Oh."
Sorry. Nikki could not remember the word for that.
Dominique, that's what a lovely
Hernandez.
Dominique Hernandez. What a lovely name. Thank you so much for helping me. I'll make sure I give you a call, and if I need anything. But my brother here, he's done so much good for me already.
Oh, it is true.
And she just looks at Adolfo, but what is his fake name?
Rogelio.
She definitely gives him a... I see.
He just gives a big old grin and he says, "It was a pleasure," and he walks his brother out of the hospital.
Rogelio, what a wonderful figure on that lady. For some reason, I think a pencil skirt would look great with some knee-high boots. Why do I know these things?
I don't know, Diego. You never wore one for fashion. Oh. Maybe your brain's just a bit scrambled.
Oh, get out of here.
I think perhaps... Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. What were you saying?
I think perhaps as I am in the process of drinking with this strange, beautiful man I just met while waiting for an old enemy to die, I hear
normal
from the
Tuesday
hallway,
things.
I hear a familiar voice.
Yeah,
I hear two familiar voices.
The thing that really rings out to you Because normally you don't care what other people are saying without your name in it, because why would you? But one thing that you have really trained yourself to listen for is Valentino's voice anytime he's speaking about fashion. Because a lot of times he'll say things that aren't about you or things that make things look nicer, and that doesn't matter. But so you definitely just like key in, and Javi is probably telling you about all the different types of soup and normal soup there are.
Yeah, he's just telling me about soup. I have, by the way, I've started to come to the conclusion that perhaps, as handsome as he is, it's not worth it for the soup conversation.
Yeah, there was like 10 minutes where it was like pretty entertaining because he accidentally spilled some soup on him, and you were watching him like get it off of him, and you're like, okay, I get it. But then he just kept pouring soup on himself by accident.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
He lifted his shirt to clean it, and I saw his like row of abs. But like then he was like, he kept spilling soup, and it stopped being hot, and it started just being sad.
It's just a mess.
It's a weird mixture. But yeah,
he's just a mess.
But you hear down the hallway. But what's extra curious to you is that, as far as you know, nobody knew where Valentino has been since the accident.
Yeah.
And Don Adolfo has also been missing. But you haven't put any of that together because until now they weren't in front of you. So why would you think about it?
No, they're not doing anything that affects me personally. So why would I care?
Exactly.
But I hear this, and that is quite curious. Because if there's anything I hate more than things that don't involve me, it's people not keeping me updated on stuff.
Exactly. Anything not done with you is an affront towards you. That is true.
It's incredibly rude.
But Javi, as this is happening though, you've enjoyed being in this room because the rhythm of the heart monitor is soothing. But it seems to be spiking right now.
And he's gonna go over and talk to Eliza's, unconscious body, like, "Sweetie, are you okay? Like, what's going on with you?" To no answer back. And then I'll turn back to Veronica and like, can you help with this? Can you get someone to help, please? Please.
You know what? I'll do that. I'll go look for a nurse. You just stay right here.
Oh no, I'll actually come with you. I'm a really good finder. I'm a Hufflepuff.
Shit.
Yes.
She thought she had a way out of
great.
this
So Veronica,
unending conversation.
You're trying to leave, and Javi is straight on your tail. And the heart monitor still doesn't sound great. Well, to you, Veronica, you know why it sounds like that.
Yes, I do.
And then at this time, Dominique, Rogelio, and Diego, you were all walking down the hallway, and Don Adolfo, you notice Veronica walking out of a room in front of you, and it doesn't seem like Diego has noticed her yet, but this is not part of your plan. As the three of you are walking and heading towards Javi and Veronica. Once again, Javi still just has some soup on him.
He does have a lot of soup on him.
Just a lot of soup.
So Don Adolfo just says, "Oh shit," under his breath, and he's like Veronica will undoubtedly screw my whole shit up. So Don Adolfo is going to try to maneuver himself and Diego around all of these awful sick people and try to lose themselves in the crowd in order to not be seen by Veronica. Because obviously, as soon as Diego sees her, the memories will probably come flooding back, or they won't. But he'd rather not find out right now. So I want to try to maybe act with desperation to be like, let's go.
Okay, great. And then Dominique, you definitely will find this suspicious because you were helping Diego and Rogelio, well, more so Diego, and you now notice that Rogelio is trying to pull his not fully recovered brother into a crowd of sick people too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Very obviously sick.
They're all hacking and coughing.
There's a lot of very sick people here in the city. You know, the one where we live.
They're standing far enough away to where you can dip and weave in between them.
Oh yeah, Dominic is absolutely going to like very smoothly, but with the quickness, get through this crowd to get to this very strange scene.
All right, great.
Brother Rogelio, do you see how graceful she moves in those heels? That's learned behavior. That's amazing.
She's like a jungle cat.
So Don Adolfo, for Act with Desperation, are you doing this for love?
Yes, I think so. I think he's not doing it for vengeance, but for love.
Like brotherly love, yeah.
Brotherly love, yeah.
Okay, well you'll get a flat 0 then, because it'll cancel each other out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Flat 10.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
so all is well. You are just like, you pull Diego, and then Dominique, although suspicious, does follow because so you're on the other side. And so Veronica, you went out because you were really trying to find the source of what you thought was Valentino's voice, and then you lied and said you're trying to find nurses. Javi is just talking about all the nurses that he's found in his time, and giving you
he's so boring.
So
oh god, he's so boring.
Cool. She worked in pediatrics.
So I think what happens is, you know, we maneuver through all of this crowd of terrible sick people and have pretty much lost them. I think that there's probably some sort of like short chase scene almost of, you know, Veronica's like, oh, we need to find a nurse, and so just kind of going through there.
So then
we get out to the front. We get out to the front and we get to the car, and I like help Diego into the car with the IV thing, just kind of shove it in there with him.
By the way, while you're out there, you see a horse-drawn carriage. It is a fine-ass looking horse-drawn carriage.
Ooh.
It's like
2 black midnight
parks.
horses. like there's parallel parked in like the guest parking spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, incredible.
Amazing. But as we go to the car, I like close the passenger side door, Diego. I go around to the other side and I look, and I have for a moment eye-to-eyes contact with Veronica, and there's like a sinister guitar sting, and then it's like gaze shifts over to Javi, and there's like a very sexual guitar sting. And like, look it for a moment too long. And then he gets in the car and goes.
Yeah. Yes.
I obviously now have seen. Okay, I would like to act with desperation.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to steal a car and go after them.
Okay, so and then Javi, what have you been doing during this since?
I think he's gonna note on how it's weird to him that this hospital is standing room only. But he'll see Veronica just like make a start towards the parking lot, and him just being the little puppy dog he is, he'll see movement and follow her, thinking she's leading him to a nurse.
Yeah, Dominique, you after seeing Rogelio and Diego speed off, you're always just looking to help out. You do see Veronica and Javi looking around desperately.
I immediately am like, get in to the carriage.
Yes. Okay, so I spot the carriage. I see Dominique take this all in at once, and first
she literally like turns around, wind in her hair. She's just like, get in.
First of all, I think finally someone with taste. Second of all, I think finally someone who likely will not talk to me about fucking soup. I immediately climb in and say, like without a question, I try to close the door behind me so Javi can't get in.
Yeah, but you do that, and Javi's already on the other side. Like
another door.
She says to her driver, like, follow that car, the one that sped off with.
Thank you.
The other.
I'm afraid that the man driving that car is up to something nefarious.
Oh, absolutely. That's why there was a tracking beacon on the card that I gave them.
All right.
Yes.
Flashback.
Flashback.
Oh no.
Okay, so
no.
I'm assuming this is going to be flashback to preparations.
Yes.
Which would,
hell yes.
So I guess So first of all, before you tell us how much stress you're going to spend, what's the flashback?
So you flash back to Dominique, and she is in the carriage. she's looking at the picture of her dear sweet father, and she closes it. A look of mournful anguish on her face, and she says, I will find him for you, Father. And then she pulls out her business cards, and you can see her placing very discreet, like white-backed, like small little tracking devices on about 5 of them.
Oh,
she has in her pocket.
Dang. I love this. Of course, this is how it goes.
Of course, I'm sure they're like blinking very.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Obviously.
Like yeah, because
it did not know
it's a
this.
cool LED.
Yeah, well, Diego was very into the card, and so he's sitting in the card looking at it, and so he's just like, looking at the front part, and then same thing with Don Adolfo, but the back is just fucking blasting the camera.
Very professional.
It's a noticeable. It's not even just like a red LED. It's a noticeable like dome.
Like I've got one eye. I don't know how you expect me to notice these.
I mean, yeah. How can you're trying to drive.
It's in the front pocket of my medical outfit. You can still see the red light blinking.
It's just blinking.
Meanwhile, formerly Valentino is just having like his like Patrick Bateman moment with that business card. Like, oh, tasteful.
Nice cards.
Okay, great. So,
brother, it's embossed.
How many stress are you gonna spend for this roll? That's how much you get to add.
I'm gonna spend 1 stress.
All right, great. So roll 2d6, and you'll add a +1.
That is a 9.
All right, great. So you get to choose one of the 3 off the list. You fabricated a piece of evidence, you raided somebody to be in the right place at the right time, or you stowed away something hidden. You could get away with either of the last 2, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm going to arrange for someone to be at the right place at the right time.
All right, great. And since it's not a full success, you don't get a +1 moving forward. But what this is essentially saying is that you don't even have to like do a high-speed chase, because I think Donald Adolfo, definitely thinks something's up, and so we get a lot of shots of Donald Adolfo, because he's definitely like a very high-speed, like fancy-ass car. It's just like ripping in and out of traffic, like just like taking like side streets, and then we cut back, and it's just like a nice-ass horse-drawn car, like going down the road.
And then Dominique is definitely just like, so.
Yeah, like there's definitely like some tea and shit in there. Y'all are enjoying it.
We are in like the sharpest, just black Buick.
I do think that upon hello. I do think that upon her mention of having planted a tracking device, I think that there is, similarly to upon Don Adolfo seeing Javi, there's a quiet sexual guitar sting.
Yeah.
Like,
she appreciates the conniving. She really does.
Yeah. And Javi's very aloof about all the sexual attention. So
he doesn't know what's going on.
Like, drinking his tea and it's like, oh, so what do you do?
He's vibing.
No memory of Eliza whatsoever.
No.
or of the nurse. Or of the nurse that was never found.
Listen, he's a sexual fruit fly. Okay, it's whatever's in front of him.
And I also, to be fair, abandoned my like whatever vengeance quest I was on over there, because if there's anyone I'd rather confront than my dying pageant coach, it's Don Adolfo.
So before
what else is new?
So before Dominique and crew get there, Rogelio, you pull up to this. It's a fine house. It's a nice working class house. You didn't want to go too bold. You really had to sell the story.
It's supposed to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, and then Joaquin is there posing. He's supposed. You told him to be in disguise. Definitely, you can tell it's Joaquin, and he's acting like he's the gardener, and he keeps giving you large thumbs up as you bring Diego back home, and Diego still enamored with his card. You tell him to put it away in his pocket. As you bring him home.
It's so nice. Your gardener seems so happy to be doing his job. Yes, good job, friend. Do we know him?
Well, he's your gardener. You pay him very well.
Oh, good.
But come inside. Let's get you situated back home. You've got a big day at work tomorrow. You were in the middle of a large project before the accident, so they'll be excited to have you back.
Sure. What was the project? What do I do for work, brother?
Well, you're a construction worker, my brother. It was a terrible construction accident. A large steel beam just bonked you right in your noggin.
Sure. Okay. So am I down there laying bricks? Am I designing buildings? Am I designing outfits? Nothing.
No, you follow the blueprints to a T, my brother. You follow them to a T. No deviation from just whatever's put in front of you. You're so reliable. That is why you are so beloved as an employee, my brother.
That's right. I can read these, and this seams together right here. This is almost like the building zipper. It's all coming back to me
now. Cut to his closet. All of the pairs of pants are fully asked.
Oh no!
No!
Oh,
you re-asked my pants.
You re-asked his pants.
I can't believe you re-asked his pants.
Oh, Don Adolfo's truly a villain. So y'all go inside, and you see that Joaquin told you that he set it up to make it look like there was a surprise party for Diego's crew there. It is just a bunch of orphans, and
they all have mustaches.
They all have mustaches,
of course,
and like the construction hats are too large, the belts are not on. But as you walk in, once again, Joaquin gives you this time is 2 big thumbs up as he knows he did a really good job selling the fact that it's all of Diego's crew there to really show the welcoming nature.
How ironic that in tricking Valentino he would commit so many crimes against fashion.
I can't leave any traces of his old life behind.
So Diego and Rogelio, you walk into to this scene.
Oh, surprise!
So lovely. All of my I looked at
coworkers. Your coworkers.
My coworkers, my friends. Thank you.
You're easily 4 feet taller than most of them. It's just towering over them.
Yes, and I take this unknown sense of pride of being bigger than everyone else, being more easily recognizable. I don't quite understand the feeling, but yes, all my friends and coworkers excited to get back to the job, get my fingernails dirty again.
Yeah,
so excited.
You see one of these orphan construction workers picks up a wrench, and the wrench is so large he could use it as a bat as he rests it on his shoulder, and just something about the stance of him holding the bat, and because he's standing next to a pumpkin, it's just
right.
Something feels like it might be snapping back. But before you could have any kind of a flashback, we hear a knocking at the door, and Rogelio, you definitely know that of the knock of Veronica. As we cut to just moments before, as Veronica, Javi, and Dominique pull up to this house that has been set up for Diego.
Oh.
Good.
So wait, we're with them now? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
It's a knock that sounds like someone who likes to poison.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Veronica's definitely the type of person that her knock.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's still with us here in the house.
Well, so we're cut to the other side as Veronica is knocking, and y'all are getting ready to go in.
Okay.
He'll know it's me by my knock. He's not going to answer the door.
Well, if he doesn't answer the door, we can always find a way in.
I suppose we could.
I'm really good at sneaking in windows and stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah, a lot of women don't let me use the front door when I go to their places, so I'm really good at hiding in closets too. That's a good one.
Can't imagine why.
You're really good at closets, are you now?
Yeah, really good at them.
Really good at closets.
Can't imagine why they'd want you to come in through the window.
No, I can't imagine it either. I don't know. I feel like we're on the same wavelength here.
Waves. Like the sea.
Yeah, so Rogelio and Diego, you're hearing a lot of knocking at the door, and a lot of the orphans really want to open the door too because they love a visitor.
It must be more friends, more adult friends for my party.
I just grab Joaquin and I say, "Stall!" And I push him away, and I just like grab Diego and I say, "Come with me. I must tell you something quickly."
Still have my.
I am going to send. I'm going to, and I'm not sure if this is a roll or not, but I would like to send a little spy into the house. I do, of course, have my dog in my purse. He has not been a part of this episode until now.
Yeah, great.
He just woke up from his nap.
So what happens is
Mango is in my purse.
As Rogelio and Diego they're towards the back of the room by the time Joaquin opens the door for the three of you, and Mango immediately jumps out, trying to follow them. And then Rogelio and Diego are so distracted by just whatever that they don't notice that Mango's going back there. As the three of you at the front door are greeted with Joaquin, who at this point is actually played by someone relatively within the character's age range. The last actor that was too old. They went upstairs. So
got it.
So it's just a normal looking preteen that just comes up. He's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? I'm Rogelio Jr. Do you need construction? We got people that can do construction if you need it."
I would like to strike out against someone with voice or violence.
Yes.
All right, do it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so have you caught them off guard? Yes.
I think I have.
Have they just wronged you?
Well, he did lie to my face. Does that count?
To Veronica, yes. I mean, it's from your perspective.
Yeah. So absolutely.
You get a +2.
Beautiful. Okay, good. I'm going to then roll, I suppose.
Okay.
And then I will play out my. Very good. I rolled a 7.
Okay, it's still not bad.
That's a 7 with the +2 added already.
That's still not bad. So you get to.
Okay, I get to choose one.
Yeah, you get to inflict 2 stress. Oh wait, yeah, but they get 1 leverage over you, and you get to choose one of that off the list.
I would like to live with my dignity intact, cancel the leverage.
Okay, yeah, so let's act this out. What are you doing?
Okay. I think first, I'm not going to hit this child because, I do have this new lady that I would like to impress. So I think I'm instead just going to strike out with my voice and my demeanor. Mm-hmm. I think perhaps I stomp a foot on the ground, a beautifully styled high heel clad foot on the ground. And I stare Joaquin down in his little prepubescent face. And I say, "Listen to me, child. We both know you're lying because we both know you're lying to me. You can't pull off pretending to be a construction worker any more than you can grow a mustache right now, little boy. So let's level with one another. Where's Don Adolfo? What has he done with Valentino? And what is he planning?"
Ooh, all right. So he
don't lie to me. I'll know it.
He just starts bumbling, and it's really incoherent too, because it seems like there's not necessarily a real plan outside of making Valentino think he's somebody named Diego. So Valentino will then be legally categorized as dead, then sending over the family fortune to Don Adolfo. But they have to make sure that Valentino is gone long enough, and the only way to really make sure that Valentino really doesn't find his true self is by surrounding him by tactily dressed orphans, because that's the antithesis of his glow up point. Therefore, his amnesia can never be clicked out of. But he says it's still very vague, and he doesn't get a lot of the details. And so while this is all being explained, we cut to the back room with Rogelio and Diego as Diego's brother Rogelio's demanded that he has something to tell him.
So as we are rushing into this back room, I'm just saying, my brother, listen to me. This is very important, and I'd hope that it wouldn't come to this. You are a wanted criminal, and there are some very bad people after you. You have done many, many bad things. I'd hoped that I could give you a new life free from all of your crimes that you have done numerous, and I can't even go down the full list. But I was trying to give you a fresh start. I was trying to give you a new life. The so-so looking woman with the red rose in her hair, she's out in the other room. You used to be in business together, and she double-crossed you, and she tried to kill you.
What the fuck?
It appears that she is back.
My brother, you are too kind. You are too kind to a criminal like me. You shouldn't be risking your life to protect me. I want to... Let's see here. I want to...
I'm gonna process your feelings out loud.
Oh, I'm looking through my moves right now. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
So I'm going to use my employee move, Keys to the Castle.
Okay.
Ooh.
This is basically a sneak move. This is like a stealth check so I can get out of here. I swear to you, brother, I will leave here and no one will see a thing. So help me, as long as my name is Diego, I will do right by you. And so
your name is Diego, my brother.
That's right, it is, brother. So my two questions are: do I work here? Which is no. And am I dressed to blend in? I believe I'm still wearing
a hospital gown.
Hospital gown. So I'm going to say that's also no.
Yes, you're -2.
I'm -2?
Yeah, that's 2 no's.
Ooh, but I rolled a big old 11.
All right, so you get a mixed success.
Okay, on a hit, I get away, but someone saw me.
Okay, I know exactly.
Probably Mango, right?
I already know what to do.
Mango.
I already know how to do this.
Okay, that person does get leverage over me.
All right, great. And so...
Is my dog getting leverage?
No, I already know what this is. So we see this scene. We cut back to, and it's still like Veronica berating Joaquin, and Dominique looks over to because she notices the sound of soup speech has stopped, and Javi is no longer there, and we cut back as Diego is trying to frantically look around the room on how to get out, as he just hears some sipping of a soup and feels the breeze of a window out of an open window, as Javi, who is good at getting in windows, is in the back room just admiring this lovely family moment. Also, once again, there was some loose soup there.
Meanwhile, from the other room, you just hear Veronica like, and your shoes are too big for your feet. Your hat is falling off. You look sloppy. You look like a mess.
Dominique does not like this and would actually like to take a stand.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot.
Because she wants to grab Veronica by the wrist and spin her around and say, "You will not talk to an orphan like that.
This orphan works for my enemy."
An orphan is an orphan. They only go where the money goes.
Wait a minute, is there a good character on this show?
Orphans.
They can't help it.
Okay, like literally orphan bottoms, just don't attack them. So many problems.
Oh my God.
Look, there's so much going on for orphans.
Oh yeah, so take a stand.
I hold her gaze. Our faces are very close together. I stare her down and I just
so much tension.
I stare her down and I say, "Very well. Help me take care of Don Adolfo, and I won't yell at his orphans any longer."
I can do this.
Excellent.
Oh, goody.
Okay.
Yes.
Cut back, and so like I'm face to face with Javi, right? Who's eating soup while after I gave my impassioned.
Where did he find the soup?
Javi's also stuck in the window. He's in the bottom half. He's kind of Winnie the Pooh.
His butt is.
Well, yeah, he got in far enough to get to the soup.
Yeah.
His butt is too thick and juicy. He can't get through the window.
You fine-looking gentleman, you must be here to help me out of this pickle I've gotten into. Are you a fellow crime doer like me?
I've been busted by the cops a few times, but like charges never stuck.
Cohorts in the underworld.
Javi will notice that he's in a hospital gown, and have a quick flash of Eliza and be like, "Oh, have you seen a nurse nearby?"
Oh my
god! No, Rogelio, do we know any nurses?
I will look for a nurse, but my brother, you must go. The woman with the red rose is trying to kill you. You must remember.
All right.
I will find a nurse for this.
And then
like the sexual guitar sting happens again as he looks at Javi.
Javi, my new criminal friend, you and I will escape out of here and go on the lam.
Yeah. No, also, I'm going to get you away from this woman with the red rose.
Javi, you get terrified because as soon as they say woman with the red rose, you do put together that it's Veronica, and you realize you've been traveling with a murderer.
He spills his soup a little.
Oh no!
On your shirt.
Yeah. And then we switched to
take it off.
Well, yeah, we switched to Don Adolfo. See the soup spilled on his abs, and then once again the guitar string.
Are you distracted yet?
Yeah.
I quickly get a Ziploc bag. Here, we'll take the soup to go to the underground.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, great. So, so Javi has his bag of soup, and Diego are at the back window. And as soon as they hop out, the bedroom door slams open as Dominique and Veronica standing there face to face with, everyone else thought it was Rogelio, but it turns out it's been Don Adolfo. We all knew it.
So,
as they busted in the door, my hat colors conspicuously changed back to black.
I think it's time for one of my playbook moves. Big entrance.
Oh, yes. That feels right.
I have to burn a leverage to force someone, in this case Don Adolfo, to obviously stare at and act with desperation before acting against me. So, let me allow me to describe. No, if they roll a 7 to 9, then instead of me telling them the cause complication, then I take something from them and take a leverage back. Okay. Anyway. So I'm going to make my big entrance.
Okay.
The door bursts open. An inexplicable breeze whips my hair around and whips my skirts around my legs. I pull the flower from my hair. I'm not going to actually do it because it's stuck. But in the game, Veronica pulls the flower from her hair and tosses it to Don Adolfo and says, "A little gift before I ruin your plans, my dear."
He crushes the flower in his hand as he catches it.
Oh, silly. Don't you know I always bring a spare? I pull one from my pocket and tuck it behind my ear.
That's just excessive.
No, my dear. It's just planning.
Well, I'm afraid you're too late. My brother is already on his way out of here. So I'm sorry you've just missed him. Too bad.
All right, so you wait. So real quick, you're gonna burn a leverage, and so you roll, and we're gonna see if you're forcing Don Adolfo to act with desperation or not.
Yes, let me roll. So I just rolled a 10.
Yay!
All right.
Oh my god.
All right, yeah. So pretty much what happens is that this rose getting thrown at you. And then the rose put back infuriates you to the point of Don Adolfo, where I need you to act with desperation right now.
Ooh. Desperation.
Ooh, let's see. Okay, so
you desperate.
And then also Dominique, keep in mind, I do believe this was the man that you were trying to find.
Who killed your father?
Ooh. Well, first of all, is there any recognition? Actually, has there been any recognition?
He didn't kill your father.
This is not the man who killed my father.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Okay. I assumed. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. But looking at him, Dominique looks at him and says, "Are you my father?"
Oh my God! Yes! Hot damn!
Fuck.
Don Adolfo, you are stricken. You're gonna act with desperation right now because you thought this is the thing is earlier you were running from Veronica, but then you have your own flashback where you once again where the camera was focused on Veronica and you're like, oh fuck, let's run through all these sick people, and then she's being followed by Soupman and Dominique, who you don't really pay too much attention to, but as you in your memory are looking and the camera's painting more over to Dominique, you're seeing more and more features that look so familiar as you then remember Dominique's mother. What's your mom's name? Or
I don't know my mom's name.
She
died. I'm an orphan.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh! Yeah, and so
I was adopted by Ernesto Hernandez, and I became his heir. But I have been looking for my real father and the man who killed my father that raised me.
Oh my shit and fuck balls! So you definitely recognize, because the thing is she saw it happen, because you love killing parents in front of their kids, because the thing is you're an orphan and you want an orphan to one day kill you. That's what you think would be tight as shit. But what you did not realize is that also when you have kids and put them up for adoption, those orphans are your children and can come after you too. So this is tight as hell.
So many levels just happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you're gonna act with desperation as this is all coming down on you, and I'm giving you just straight up. This is a -2 on this one.
I believe it. I think that what he's before I roll, what he's going to do is he's going to say, like he has that moment of realization. He says, "You were like your mother. She was too good for me as well." And then he's gonna try to rush past them as he's like, "Orphans, get them!" Or get Veronica. Not Dominique.
Yeah.
Can I clothesline him?
I rolled a 4. That's a 2, my guy.
Can I clothesline him?
So you're gonna
We both grab each other's hands.
You're gonna take 3 stress as they just WWE style grab hands, run forward and clothesline you. As you pass out, and the next time that you come to, you now see all the orphans in the house are now dressed and they have this strange look on their face that they don't have a word for it, but other people would call it loved and cared for, as they've been fed by Veronica and Dominique, and they have tied you up, Don Adolfo, as you are now face to face with your daughter, and then we cut to Diego and Javi are on the run.
Stupid amnesia.
I hate to see it.
And Javi is just carrying Diego in his arms. I see Jimmy pull and all as he's running back towards the hospital, but then he notices Dominique's carriage. And he puts Diego down for a second, and he unlatches one of the horses and helps Diego on to ride with him as he turns back. And even though Diego doesn't know who he's talking about, Eliza got me riding lessons because she really wanted 2 stallions in her life. Anyway, I know how to work this horse, so I'm gonna take you back to the hospital because you obviously belong there, and I need to find a nurse, man.
Damn. Oh my god! A fan nearby.
And so y'all are riding on this horse back towards the hospital. Once again, you're still in a hospital gown,
holding my IV thing. Yeah.
By the way,
god! Never change
there's something about the open back of the hospital gown that feels familiar to you.
That's why I haven't tried to change it. Something about the assless quality.
Yeah,
of the
assless.
I knew I should have put him back in just some stiff jeans.
Yeah, that's
the
wind thing.
Blowing against your bare butt cheeks feels so familiar.
That's the thing, and that's the thing. That's one of Don Adolfo's weaknesses. If a man comes through his window to take some soup, you gotta trust him. That's an old wives' tale you can't deny.
You cannot. That's what I learned when I was growing up on the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the big thing that we learned on the pumpkin patch. It was
So we're riding, and I say, Javi, stop here. Stop here. There's something we need for you. And we were stopped outside of a fancy clothing store, and I say, Javi, you have soup all over your shirt. Get it out of here. It smells. I think you would look good in a nice button-up tailored. What's your waist size? I can tell already. I know what we'll do. A couple of no good nicks like us. I'm gonna steal you a nice shirt.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Javi will pull on the mane of the horse, causing it to buck its two front legs in the air as it comes to a stop. It'll help Diego off the horse. And as they're heading into the store, Javi will be like, "Oh, this is awesome because like I do a lot of modeling on the side, so like it's just been a while since anyone's treated me to a shirt."
Oh my God, he's a model.
And without even like knowing what I'm doing, I grab like that like flexible measuring tape off of the counter of the fancy store, wrap it around the waist, wrap it around his biceps, and okay, I know exactly what size you need. Ooh, this. And I drape it over him, button it up, and of course, it's perfectly fitted. All of your gorgeous assets are extra popping, and something pops in me, and I just say, "You look beautiful. You look
yes.
You look chiseled. You look perfect. You look." No. Do you work in construction? I think we worked together before.
Javi will remove, the lapel of his coat, and he reaches in, and somehow there's already a can of Campbell's chicken noodle in there. He pops the top, and he takes a sip, and he's just like, "No, I already told you, I'm a model. I'm like." Right. Really into the fashion scene, I've walked quite a few runways in my life.
God.
Well, if you ever had a side job, I work in construction. I'm a construction worker, and so.
I've done a lot of runways as a construction worker.
As you say that, there's actually one of the employees of this high-end boutique comes and goes, "Sir, did you say you work in construction?"
Oh, of course.
We have an emergency in the back. Somebody took out a support beam, and this whole place is collapsed. But if you, a construction worker here, you took the Brickman's oath, right?
I
assume the Brickman's oath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If I remember correctly,
please
lay thine brick where it is needed.
Do no harm to structure.
Lay thine wire where there is no twine. Measure once, cut twice.
Yeah, and they go, "That all sounds pretty what a Brickman would say." Listen, you and your shirtless helper friend, how about you get back here? And you know what? Because I was about to just abandon this building and get insurance on this whole place. Because we definitely very highly insured, and I have a trust fund, so I would be fine if this place didn't go. But if you could save me the hassle of paperwork, and you could go fix this fucking support beam.
Okay, so I head back there and I try to spot something out of place. I try to, figure out. So
if I can figure out. The first question is: have you been intimate with this person recently? I don't think you're good at construction or have an intimate knowledge working of buildings.
No, and so like if I've been intimate with the shop owner, definitely not.
Yeah, so no. And then, are you free of other distractions? You keep wondering, can beaches fall? So you don't know.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. I keep thinking to myself like, no, if I'm at a beach, I can't fall. You can't fall at the beach.
At the restaurant. I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
Classic logic. Let's go. Okay.
You can't fall down.
So you're gonna take a -2 on your spot something on a place roll.
Okay, so I've rolled a 4.
Wow.
So you're looking around, and to you, everything looks normal.
Your building seems very structurally sound, friend.
But Javi, what you do see is there is a large beam in the middle, where in the middle of that beam there is no beam. And then because like the main thing is you still have some soup. You had the to-go bag of soup. So you've opened it up, and what's averted your gaze is that a little bit of dust fell down, and you can start to see where the ceiling is cracking. And I mean, it doesn't stop you from eating the soup.
But I think Javi will notice this and be like, "Oh, you don't see that, bro?" And he goes to hold what's little left of the support beam, which is just him flexing. He's in a full backward stance. You can see his glutes tighten up. His back muscles start to swell through his new well-tailored shirt as he's just holding up this building now like a superhero.
Yeah,
like an Adonis. Yes.
I love it.
Love it.
So then I will act with desperation. Okay. So the situation I want to avoid is the building collapsing over us.
Yeah.
And if I can get here, let me roll. And I
have an idea of how you can, if you succeed, of why you succeed.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
I do not succeed. I rolled a 3.
Ooh.
Wow, we were doing so good earlier.
So what happens is you start to look and you start to realize that the building is cracking, and you see how built Javi is, and your genius idea is to start to just like bound Javi to support beam to just like help him hold it there. And Javi thinks it makes a lot of sense.
The beam.
Yeah.
Like I will take this fabric and wrap it around you while you hold the beam. You're going to make the beam stronger because you're very strong. It all makes sense.
Yeah,
Right, of course.
That's 100%. I believe you. You took the Brickman's oath, so
Yeah. And so what we see is the two of them in agreement that this is a good idea. As the shopkeeper just looks and goes, "You know what? I gotta get my car is running."
Okay.
So I'll be, and then they just kind of like slowly walk back out as you're still just like wrapping up Javi, and you're both really curious about the Brickman's oath, and so you're kind of just figuring it out.
Oh, it's actually lay any brick where there is no dunce, measure twice, cut once. I always forget. It's something like that. I'll think of it later.
Make sure you bring your stud finder, which you have already brought with you.
And so
He already found a stud.
And so now, after a commercial, where we have to once again say that although the show did ask chaps, please don't ask your chaps or your assless chap pants. Like you're the top ass. This is the commercial break that we're in, and then we cut back to we're sponsored by the no top ass pants, and in this we did sew some, and we don't want to get our sponsorship pulled. So
the point was that it was a heinous act.
Yeah, it was a heinous act. That's how we all really hate Don Adolfo again. So then as
you should.
We cut back
the point.
And Don Adolfo is now tied up. It seems that once again your orphans have turned on you, and you're now face to face with Veronica and your reunited daughter. So, and I think you're woken up. It's up to you, Dominique. Slap in the face or drink in the face, or both.
I do have wine with me if you want it.
She'll say, "I would not waste even your pocket wine, this man."
Oh wow.
Yeah, Veronica's taking some shots this episode.
And so instead she pulls out a writing glove and smacks him with it. And it throws it on the ground, just like.
What do you want from me, both of you? Wait. Why do they look happy and mustacheless?
Apparently, when you give orphans food and don't expect them to do crimes for you in return, they actually like you better. I know I'm as surprised as you. It's just something I learned from my new friend. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She casts a sideways glance.
Father, though I hate to spoil a name that I've come to use for a man twice your, not size, you're actually about the same size, but he was twice the man that you were. And, but now that I have found you, I can exact the revenge. Not only did you leave me to orphan me, but you also killed him.
Dominique, I always feared this day would come. I've watched you grow up these many years, as I was afraid to be your father. But as I saw the man who was your father, well, over the years, I was overcome by just an insurmountable hatred. And so, yes, I did kill him. And well, I'm not sorry. And I suppose you're here to kill me. Is that how this goes? Is this what you come here to do? Is this what you want? To kill your real father?
Yeah, as soon as he starts talking about you killing him, all the orphans very pro killing Donald Dolphin.
Yeah.
Like
especially Joaquin, and I'm like, this fucking guy.
Yeah, and Joaquin's trying to throw his voice as if like he's like one of the other ones.
Kill Donald Dolphin. Kill Donald Dolphin. I think we should kill Donald Dolphin. Yeah, kill Donald Dolphin.
Yeah.
Really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominique is she pulls up the second writing glove because there's always a pair.
Of course.
And she like holds it up to you and she says, "It would bring me nothing but immense pleasure to wipe the grime of this earth away with this dainty little glove. But my real father, the one who raised me, would not want me to do this." She throws the second glove on the ground. We would take you to the proper authorities, and you will be dealt with there.
Veronica's a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Actually, and then Donald Dolphin, I want you to take 2 stress because you honestly, the fact that she is a better person than you. You hate it. It's awful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
How dare she be good?
Now that I'm at 5 stress, I have enacted my bitter rage going forward. So we'll see how that works out.
Ooh, fun! I love it. It's exciting.
Yeah, great. So Veronica,
I think
Veronica, I love that you're like, Dominique has a lot of like fancy things and is fancy and stands up to things, but she's too righteous right now.
Yeah,
she's doing like murder.
She's like, I'm really into this. She's like, oh hell yeah, this is so hot. And then she's like, proper authorities, and her face falls a little bit, and she's like, really?
And so Veronica, actually, what I want you to do now is I want you to demand what you deserve from Dominique, actually, because you said you would stop screaming at that orphan if she helps you take down Donadolfo, and now she's not doing that, and you don't have anyone to scream at, and you're also just genuinely confused by her doing the right thing. So, are you offering something of value in return to Dominique? And demanding? I'm gonna go no.
Wink.
Hey!
Sorry, wink.
And then, do they love you in this moment? I'll let Dominique. How would you say that you love Veronica in this moment?
I do really like another woman in authority. I could pamper her, but also she knows where to throw a rose and put into it.
All right. Okay, so you'll just get a flat 0 on this for demanding what you deserve.
Okay. Let me go to the details for that.
So you roll 2d6, and then depending on what you get, Nikki will actually pick something off of the list since it's directed at her.
Okay, yeah, let me roll. Okay, so I rolled an 8.
It's at the very bottom of all the character sheets for basic moves.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Okay, great. So on a hit, the target you demand chooses one. Yeah. So Nikki, you get to choose one. It's you can. This is for you, Nikki. So they can see to your will. They can clear stress. They escalate and deny you. They mark stress. They weasel out of it. They owe you leverage, or they run away. You can take something from them. So you get to choose one of these, Nikki, of how you react. And then while she's reading the list, let's see what you're demanding.
Mm-hmm. Dominique, this man has been a thorn in my side for years. I can't even begin to describe the humiliations, the embarrassments, the inconveniences from he has stolen away my dear friend and fashion designer and made him think he's a construction worker. He has stolen from me. He has attacked my uncle. He has wronged my mother. I think that traditional avenues of justice are too good for swine like him. We had a discussion, we had an agreement, and I assume you to be a woman of honor. So I can't bring myself to understand why when you have him right in front of you, she's losing her cool a little bit, right in front of you, to do with as you please, you would turn him over to the same justice system he has evaded again and again and again and again. She takes a moment, dabs the sweat from her brow.
Dominique, this woman is driven purely by vengeance and hatred for me.
I don't want to hear another word from you.
But if you do not kill me,
mouth.
I will tell you what happened to your mother.
No. Dominique, what's your move? What do you decide? There's fucking organs blaring.
Yeah.
This man cannot be trusted.
Veronica, I feel like we had a connection when we held hands and clotheslined this man. The strength there, I feel we could have had something. But the years that you have felt this man's ire, I have felt nothing but a hole in my heart, not knowing who my real mother was. And so Don Adolfo, you will still face the crimes that you have committed, but I will do what I can to make sure it is a lesser sentence if you can lead me to my real mother.
He just gives a weak smile and says, "Of course, my daughter."
Ooh! All right, so what I'm gonna say that's gonna be that you escalate and you denied Veronica. So yes. You are gonna mark a stress, Dominique, and then I'm also gonna say that Veronica, you're gonna mark a stress as you now see that that they have sided together. And Don Adolfo, what are you doing as you see? Maybe you can get your way out of this one too.
Yeah, I think that as Veronica is demanding his death and he's speaking with Dominique, his daughter, he's trying to, since his hands are tied behind his back, he's trying to just subtly undo the binds so that at the opportune moment he can make his escape with Dominique.
Okay, let's go with you're acting under desperation right now as this is happening, and so I'll say this. Let's see. Is this for love?
I think it's for both.
I think, I would give you both on this. Definitely for vengeance and then love. That's Don Adolfo's problem, is although he screws over everybody, he does love a lot of people. He's got a big heart. In
his own terrible way.
Yeah. Violent, toxic people can still not be good at love, but they can love. And that's what's hard about it, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, so you get a +2 on this acts with desperation.
That's going to be a 10 + 2, 12.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
So pretty much what happens is
I've been in a lot of ropes.
As we see Veronica. Also, I mean, you're the one that taught these orphans how to tie. You know they're knots.
I know they're knots.
Yeah.
It's just over and under, through the rabbit hole.
So
I undo the little shoelace.
Yeah. And so Veronica is so Veronica and Dominique don't notice, but Don Adolfo, you're successfully able to get yourself out of these ties, and you're holding them. And as the camera kind of pans down and we see your hands tied, it does a crossfade over as we see Javi is now even more bound and tied up as Diego.
You love it.
Yeah, as Diego has been trying to figure out how to secure this more. What are the two of you doing?
I think the room is definitely getting worse. I think.
Things
did not work out at all.
Yeah, parts, other parts of the ceiling have collapsed a little bit.
Almost like Diego doesn't actually know how to do construction.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost.
And Javi I think he has this real moment of sobriety where he's like, "Oh man, this isn't a great situation." So he'll turn back to Diego and kind of look to him with his deep blue piercing eyes, and he's, you know, man, I get the sense that you're hiding from your true self. I don't know. I did a bunch of peyote in Tucson once, and that really allowed me to kind of find out who I was. And I get the sense that you are the you before you become you, if you know what I'm saying, as his knees are buckling from the weight of supporting this building.
Javi, no one has ever spoken so much truth to me before. You're so wise. Has anyone ever told you that before?
Literally no one in my entire life.
Ever since I recently this morning woke up from my coma, I haven't felt like the brother I'm supposed to be, the construction worker I'm supposed to be, the man I'm supposed to be. Only when I'm here with you, seeing your form, your figure, your beautifully symmetrical masculine jaw all tied up in this fabric, do I truly feel like I am who I am, and I'd like to process my feelings out loud.
Okay. This is a fun one because this is the audience. So when you process, ask each member if they're rooting for you. So yeah, let's before anyone can say if they're rooting for you, give us that fucking drama, Jack. Let's see. Let's process those feelings.
Break me off a piece of that.
Javi, I feel like these past few minutes with you have awakened something in me. Nothing groundbreaking, just that I seek beauty in life, and you being the beauty next to me makes me yearn for more. It makes me yearn to be creative. It makes me yearn to make art, the kind of art that, and I pick up some lovely silk and maybe drape it over my fingers, art not of marble and clay, not of paints and pastels, but the art of fabric. I maybe take some scissors and make a few little designs, sew something together. See how simple it is for me, Javi. I feel like you've awoken my true self, and I can't break through. I can't remember who my true self is, but maybe. And I place a hand on his very square jaw. It's so square.
Yeah. 90 degrees.
So square.
Maybe. Here, it's a box. Maybe all I've been missing is a muse.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Yes, Joel. My answer is yes.
Okay, so Jonah, you're rooting for it. Nikki,
I'm rooting for it.
And then Dennis.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll get a +3. It's a max of +3 on this.
Okay.
Oh man.
So let's see if this does the trick. I've been rolling like a garbage. Okay, I got a 9.
Oh yeah, so that's wait, you rolled a 9 or you got?
I rolled a 9, so +3.
There you go. That's a 12.
12.
Oh yes.
So you get well.
So I can choose one, right? Like so the audience.
Yeah. So you get to choose one of those and then set the scene where you want the information to lead you to. So you get to you choose one of these.
So I get like I suppose like the point is the audience will reveal a crucial event going on outside of you, which I suppose is this is just my remembering who I truly am, right? Yes. That is that. Or I suppose the audience tells me how I might get my memory back.
Ooh.
That's what I
like
like.
that.
And y'all are still the audience. So what are your pitches here?
Yeah. Well, I think because I mean I assume that you're like are you wanting to play around in the employee playbook kind of space a little more before going back? You don't care?
Oh no. This is where the drama's at.
Nice. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were like going directly back to where we were, or if we're trying to if you wanted to go
following
more
the story,
arc,
baby.
Yeah. I don't know. What if we so how we might get his memory back?
Yeah. How can I get to my memory back? Yeah.
I want to work towards something that leads you back to Eliza. I feel like Eliza has that piece of information locked away. So I don't know.
Maybe Eliza was the person who introduced him to like Ralph Lauren.
Exactly.
They were there. Actually, if Veronica used to know Eliza, then
yes,
a connection to Veronica.
I think one of the things is like you're looking at Javi, and you kept talking about Javi kept talking about being a model, and then eventually it clicks. The fashion show where you actually got amnesia. Javi was one of Ralph Lauren's hand-picked models who was there, and that is what starts clicking it back. And then you remember Eliza actually was there because she was there to procure a cactus. And that's why Veronica was actually trying to kill Eliza, because she's trying to make her get out of the cactus game. And then Javi also at the same time remembers Eliza does need a nurse still. So
Javi, you're the key to all of this, Javi. You can lead me. I believe in you. And I just, I flick some scissors up in both my hands, cut him out of all of the fabric, and, do one of those awesome dance moves to like get him out of there. And we run from the building as it collapses behind us.
I was about to say, on a 10+, you get to set the scene where you follow that information immediately.
Absolutely. So I cut him out. Nice. We spin. We dance out of there. The building collapses behind us.
Nice tango.
Yeah,
it doesn't fall on you and you get double amnesia.
As you're dancing away, there was a group of men trying to run in there, and then one guy stops, and one guy's like pulling him back as like the building's collapsing. And he's like, "But the Brickman's code! The Brickman's code!" As he's just watching as this building falls, and he can't do anything.
Once, not twice.
Sometimes you gotta learn to give up, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too late.
And so y'all get on a horse and you ride back to the hospital, and at the same time, and also you ride the horse into the fucking hospital. They got like giant fucking.
There's a horse.
Yeah.
In the hospital.
Yes.
And so at the same time, though, that you and your horse pull up to this, you actually see Don Adolfo and Dominique and Veronica go to the same hospital room, as Don Adolfo told Dominique he would bring her to her mother.
Oh. Yes. It's like good.
Fuck. The plot thickens.
And so y'all are inside Eliza's room. And she's not dead yet. It's a see. This is the thing. We know Veronica loves to poison, but the only thing Veronica loves more than poisoning is poisoning a very long and slow, painful death. Yeah. So we would think that within the last however many long hours we've since left, that Eliza would be dead, but definitely not yet. And Veronica, once again, you kind of feel awkward because you now kind of put together that is her mom.
I have something I would like to do.
Of course, yes.
I would like to express my love passionately.
Ooh.
To whom?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I wonder. I would like to express my love passionately. And because I have not put the pieces together, because I am, of course, not only beautiful, but very, very smart.
But also very beautiful. And then, like, you're not saying it out loud, but you're thinking it, and you do side-eye Don Adolfo.
Yes, also very beautiful, very sexy, and very, very smart. And I pull from my very full pockets of my skirt. I pull a syringe containing an antidote.
Oh. What any good poisoner has handy.
Yeah.
Always, just in case. You never know when you want to take that shit back. So I pull the syringe from my pocket, and I look to Dominique, and I say to her, I didn't know when I set these events into motion that are playing out before you. I didn't know who she was to you, and I didn't even know you yet, but understand this. I know that we may never see each other again, and I know that this may be the last time I ever set eyes upon that beautiful, handsome face, but I'm going to do something for you that I've never done for anyone before. I'm going to take back a poisoning.
Oh, shit, she really doesn't do that. She's not exaggerating.
I know that this woman, what Don Adolfo is, of course, about to reveal to you is this woman is your mother. And I got in too deep in the illegal cactus game, and I thought to take out my competition. I see now that was wrong, because in doing so, I was hurting such a beautiful creature as yourself. So I will take it back. I ask nothing from you. I just hope that perhaps you'll think of me more fondly than you would have if I had just let her die here in this hospital. So I inject the antidote into her IV tube.
Okay, wait.
I turn back to, yeah.
What was the first? So what was the first move you're gonna do?
Oh, I was gonna express my love passionately.
Okay,
sorry.
so do that one first.
Sorry, yes.
So you are dressed in press, of course, and
I am single.
Yeah, and well, yeah, you believe Dominique to be single, so you get a +2.
Oh yeah. So that's gonna be a 9.
Okay, and then you Nikki choose one off of that list for expression of passion of how you respond.
Yes. Okay.
Because they're saying that they've poured not only because like you also this is multiple bombshells because you're like wait so that's my mom, wait you poisoned her, wait you have an antidote.
I'm gonna save her life. I take it back.
Oh my goodness.
I've never done this before. I've never done a lot of things before.
Oh my God! No, wait. So, that wasn't to you. That was to the anyway.
No, it's okay.
You know what? I'm going to. Is it? I choose something that they get. So like, if I were to say reveal a secret, they probably shouldn't. Is that?
I would learn a secret about you.
Yeah, you would reveal a secret.
Cool. Excellent.
Yes.
Then I will do that.
Okay, do it. Let's go.
As you do this, as you inject, and I come over, and I watch what you're doing in your ear, like the camera pans in, and like I move just a little piece of your hair away from your ear, and I whisper, I actually have a gun with a bullet with his name on it that I was waiting to use.
Wait, what was that?
Bursting.
Oh, sorry. I have a gun that I.
Oh no, that was Don Adolfo, who is I assume standing nearby.
Right, so
all you see is this very like.
Yeah, so you
the car sting kicks in again. Perhaps if I have the consent of all parties involved, Veronica turns as she's injecting into the IV, and they share a kiss.
And so while she's going to stab in, Javi, you heard earlier from them that the woman with the red rose is a murderer, and then you just heard her talk about how she was going to murder, and then now you go in to see her stab. Eliza with a needle, and you also put together at the same time. You're pretty sure she wasn't even trying to get a nurse. So
yeah, exactly.
Before the needle can be injected in, because Veronica normally is very quick and precise, is sharing a very hot and passionate kiss right now with Dominique.
Yeah, of course.
So Javi, what do you do as you right before you see this needle get stabbed in, with which may or may not be an antidote?
It is an antidote.
Javi is also, he's very confused. He's processing a lot of information and coming to a lot of wrong conclusions. So he watches this murderer attempting to inject something into his love's IV bag, but then watches her kiss Dominique, and through Javi's poor misunderstanding of everything, he's just like, dude, that's my daughter now. Because like Eliza and I are a thing, so like I'm like her stepdad, and I'm not like cool with this. God. Like, so Javi, as they're passionately kissing, he'll grab the hand that Veronica is outstretching with the antidote.
The gun comes out. The gun comes out.
Okay, so before that happens, Javi, what are you trying to do with the hand?
Oh my gosh.
He's just stopping it. He doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, so this is what I want both. What I want. Okay, so first Javi and then Dominique. So Javi, you're gonna act with desperation. Are you doing this for love? Yes.
Yeah.
And then vengeance. I say because she didn't want a nurse. Like you're definitely one thing you're sure
the
of.
top of my anger is that she was not looking.
She was never looking for a nurse. I didn't need to get in this horse-drawn carriage. This is wild.
I didn't have to go on this whole wacky adventure.
You did get some loose soup out of it. So who's
That's true.
so you're gonna get a
loose bag of soup.
Yeah, you're gonna get a +2 on your act with desperation.
All right, perfect. So
I'm so stressed out. Okay.
+2. That's gonna give me a 10 total.
All right. So the situation.
It's getting.
So what you were wanting to avoid was the situation of her. And so this is the thing: is although you're a himbo, everyone was kind of really not putting it past you. You have been trained with some of the best women's self-defense classes. So you immediately just take out, disarm, and just somehow dismantle a needle because there's a lot of classes about men will stab you with needles in alleyways to drug you.
Yeah.
So you knew how to take that out.
Javi only respects women. That's it.
Yeah. So you were able to take out the needle, but at the same time, Dominique pulls out a gun. Dominique, were you firing blindly or were you firing at a certain person?
This was definitely more of an intimidation move.
It's a threat.
Just a threat. Not actually, because again, she has the bullet with
the
name on it.
So I think what is going to happen, and so instead, and so you pull out a gun and you're going to strike, let's see, you're going to strike out at somebody.
Yes.
And then Diego, you see this woman pulling a gun on your now newly found muse, and so you're also going to want to protect them. So first, we're going to have Dominique strike out at Javi, and then we'll let Diego react.
I'm looking at it right now. They have. Do I catch them off guard?
Oh yeah, they weren't expecting a gun.
Not expecting a gun.
And I feel like they are wronging me because they're stopping.
Yeah, to you they're wronging you.
No, definitely.
Yeah, so you get a +2.
Yes.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an 11.
All right, great. So Javi, you take 2 stress and you get 1 leverage over Dominique, and then Dominique, you get to choose 2 off of the strikeout at somebody list.
Excellent. So I take a stress.
Wait, are you gonna take 1? Wait, no.
You give a leverage.
Yeah,
to...
Javi just gets a leverage on you, and they take 2 stress, and then you get to choose 2 off of that list. So it's you can do an additional stress. You can take something from them. You leave with your dignity attack and cancel the leverage, or you reveal you revel in causing pain, and you can clear a stress.
Does Javi have? Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna take something from them. I'm gonna take the needle back.
Oh, okay. So all that Javi does is take out the needle part, but the syringe with the antidote is still safe.
Yeah.
And then you get 1 other list off of the list.
And I'm gonna cut them deeply. I'm not gonna shoot at them.
Okay.
But it is going to be. So. Like Veronica did with the orphan, she doesn't actually hit him with the gun. She pulls the gun on Javi and she says, "Do not stop my mother from being revived, you sick fuck."
Yeah, and then Javi, so you take your you take an additional stress because you realize your first day as a new stepfather, you're definitely maybe not doing great. And so at this point, same time, Diego, how are you reacting as you see Dominique pulling a gun? And you also haven't had a lot of FaceTime with Dominique, so you're not really sure what her story is or what's going on. All you knew is that Eliza was your contact to Ralph Lauren that is a way for you to get your memory back. And so if this woman isn't saved, you may never get your memories back.
So I'd like to make a flashback.
Of course! Yes!
Ooh, a flashback!
Flashback to preparation.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we're going to roll real quick here. Oh, come on.
How many stress?
I'm spending all three
all
stress.
Three.
Oh,
What'd you get?
That gets me an 8.
Okay.
What is that all right?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what we want.
That's a hit.
That's
Okay, that's a hit.
Yeah.
All right. I have arranged, I have, let's see here. I have arranged someone to be in the right place at the right time. As it turns out, I don't have amnesia. But I knew I needed a new muse, and the hot older runway coach has a new hunky boyfriend who I needed in the hospital.
I know what happens.
But the one person that could mess it up is, of course, Dominique. So what I'm flashing back to right now is when we bumped into each other earlier in the hospital, I took the bullet out of her gun. She has no power here. And
okay, I got it. So, all of this is going down at this point. Don Adolfo is just honestly way more shocked by everything because you're just like, what? There's so many twists here.
This is my daughter.
Yeah, you're definitely you're
he's like Don Adolfo is just like, I didn't even have to sew like half of this.
Yeah, and so at this point, like Javi has like the syringe has been the knocked out. Dominique has a gun. Javi and Dominique both think that the other one is trying to save their life, and then Javi goes to try to rush Dominique. You pull the trigger, it clicks. Veronica gets very disheartened because she loves murder and she thought she was gonna see it, and it didn't happen. So she is just heartbroken. Don Adolfo, you're fucking so stoked, even though the murder didn't happen. You knew your daughter had it in her to murder somebody just straight up, and then at that point. That's whenever we see Valentino holding the bullet, and you hear Valentino, not Diego, but Valentino, say to Eliza, you were right about the bullet, as Eliza sits up, slow clapping. And
So Eliza, you were right all along. She was going to try to kill you, and Dominique was going to try to kill my brother. Don Adolfo. Look familiar, Dominique?
Oh, shit.
I'm holding up the bullet. That's what I'm holding up. You're across the hospital room. I don't know if you can see it.
Veronica takes in this entire scene and just goes, then who did I poison?
And then Eliza looks at you and goes, oh, you poisoned me, but you really think I had this beautiful himbo feeding me soup every day? This is the antidote! As she just starts picking up loose bowls of soup, just pouring them all over herself, and as soon as we see the color of the soup and the color of the syringe next to each other, sure fuck enough, she has been getting fed fucking antidote soup this whole time. And
you bitch, I was gonna save your life.
Yeah. And then she goes, but here's the thing, Veronica. I knew the only way I would get you out of the cactus game is if I set you up to finally get you caught on camera. As she starts pointing, and then the perspective of the camera shows like just an outrageous amount of cameras. Like it's like a fucking police state in this room. But then she rolls back on her heart monitor, which was linked up, even though it's not supposed to show video. It does, as we see that there is very fucking hard evidence called proof of Veronica poisoning. And then also
hard evidence?
It's called proof. Your Honor, Exhibit 1, proof.
Okay, so here's the thing.
And there's also you on this tape telling and admitting to Dominique that you poisoned the mother to get her out of the cactus game. So Veronica, you've been caught red-handed. This was a whole fucking ruse to set you up.
Yes, and now I get Have. Have, you will be my new muse, and I will rise meteorically again in the fashion world.
Okay, I would like to act with desperation.
Oh.
All right, great.
I am acting out with desperation against Eliza.
Oh.
Ooh, are you doing this for love? I'm gonna say no.
No, but I am doing it for vengeance.
So it's a flat 0.
Let me find. Okay, I'm finding. Where is it? Oh my god, I lost it in my playbook here.
Yeah, so it's just
there it is.
Yeah, so you just roll. You roll 2d6, and you're trying.
Okay,
so
cool. So what I'm trying to do is get my hand. I'm trying to grab the heart monitor and get the fuck out of there. I rolled a 10.
All right, so yeah, you grab the heart monitor, and then you notice that there is an open window from where Javi, that's where Javi comes in and out of.
Yeah, that's how I got into the hospital.
And it's super, and the thing about it is, though, a lot of loose soup been spilled in that window, so really easy just to glide through.
Real slippery. So here's what I do.
Oh, fuck yeah, do it.
So I grab the heart monitor, I pull the tape out of it, and I smash the heart monitor on the ground. I've got the tape. I put it in my very, very large pockets of my skirt. As I'm running for the window, I toss my spare rose from my hair to Dominique, and I say, goodbye, beautiful. Let me know if you ever go crooked. And I slide out the window.
As she's running toward the window, Don Adolfo will take out his keepsake knife that he took from Hector back on the island and throw it at Veronica in an attempt to stop her.
Oh, so you're striking out at somebody.
I am.
All right.
I am striking
out.
So
you have caught them off guard, and I mean, I think the two of you have always wronged each other, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just a mutual wronging back and forth. So 2 plus an extra 2 because I do have my an extra 1 plus an extra 1 because I have my bitter rage.
Okay, great. So you get a plus 3 in total.
8 plus 3, 11.
Okay, so Veronica, you're going to take 2 stress and you get an additional leverage, and then you get to choose 2 off of the list. One of them also can be you take something from somebody is one.
Great. I think that he's going to take the tape with the evidence as she's struck, and in that moment he's able to take the tape from there, and then he will revel in causing pain. Just because Veronica's really just been coming after him.
Yeah, so Veronica, you are able to escape, and you have the monitor, but the tape falls out of your hand, and then at that point you start to hear sirens, and you know the jig is up for now.
You hat-wearing bastard! This isn't over.
Yeah, and so we see Veronica.
And I disappear.
We see Veronica run off, and then
she does not, though.
Oh shit!
Oh, no!
Because we are going to flashback.
Fuck.
If I could actually get 2, because these are very important.
Fuck yeah! Flashbacks. Oh, you can.
I love flashbacks.
No limit on flashbacks.
The first flashback you see is Dominique with the police. We're going to get Don Alpha, and we are going to get Veronica. I have my tracker cards here. Don't worry, I'm going to get them on them, sir. And I have this bullet. The bullet does not have any gunpowder. It is a fake.
Okay, so is this? Would this be a reveal a shocking truth? I'm assuming.
Reveal a shocking truth.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, there might be 2 because the second one is as Veronica and Dominique are sharing a passionate kiss, one of those tracking cards goes into a very, very deep pocket.
Damn! Damn! All right, so the first one's gonna be reveal a shocking truth for the reveal that you're actually working with the cops. So this one you spend leverage.
Yes.
So you get to spend 3 leverage, which you have over each of them. So we'll just say yes, you did it because we're close to the end. And so you roll plus stress thresholds marked. So however many stress thresholds you've surpassed, that's what your bonus is.
Oh crap, so Addison, are we about to have to go to jail together?
So okay, then you get a 3 then, because if you're stressed out,
I'm not stressed out. I only have 1 stress.
Oh, okay, never mind. So then you won't get any. You don't get. So yeah, because there's little markers on your stress tracker.
Yeah.
So you'll just get a +0 on this.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I am shaken.
That's a 10.
Oh. Hot damn. Okay,
man.
so you get to choose 2 off of the list of 3.
Okay, let me go back to the.
You have unequivocal evidence this is true. The shocking truth you give gives you rightful claim to something they value, and you introduce a new shocking character who has your back.
Excellent.
I think 1 and 3, but it's up to you.
No, absolutely. Because so the unequivocal evidence, you can check that bullet. It's a dud. It would never have. It was not meant to kill. I absolutely did plan to take Don Alpha into the clutches of the police and Veronica as well, because we knew what she was doing in the cactus game. The new shocking character that is revealed is her name is Anatola. She's a beautiful, tall, Black woman on the police force. She's my very good friend, and she is already waiting outside with handcuffs.
Yeah, that's the thing. So Veronica is running, and she realizes that the tape was lost on the ground, and she's like, well, at least I can get off. And then you wonder how Dominique was so fucking good at clotheslining, as you just get clotheslined by her fucking police partner, as you just get taken out. And Don Adolfo, you standing by the window laughing, holding the tape to turn around to like that you got Veronica. You see Dominique standing in front of you with a pair of handcuffs waiting to arrest you.
What floor are we on?
Who knows?
So there was another window on the other side that's actually because like this was to the roof access, and there's just another window that's just a drop down of like 10 feet.
10 feet?
Or 10 stories, not feet.
Oh, well, that's much different.
Big difference.
Okay. Yeah, big
That's
difference.
Very different.
The other one was roof access. This one is the 10 stories.
But you now see what was her name?
Anatola.
You see Anatola on the roof has fucking just taken out, like Veronica, like there's no, like Veronica is handcuffed and down. Veronica's been taken.
Oh crud.
The jig is up, Father. Go to jail and face your crimes.
I am going to process my feelings out loud.
Okay. So go, and then we'll ask the audience.
I love it.
All right. And so Veronica's done for this episode.
Yeah,
Shit.
Veronica's arrested.
I am heartbroken.
Got taken out by Grace Jones.
How did you?
Pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what
I dared to love again, and look where it got me.
Anatola pulls out a rose and throws it on you.
Oh! She knew.
Yeah.
I'm sure you poisoned someone in Anatola's life. You deserve this. I mean, even if you didn't, you did deserve this. So.
But like maybe Anatola's like giving you some eyes, going like, but you fine. So
Yeah.
She wouldn't be giving her some eyes because Anatola and Dominique have definitely been giving some each other eyes. But they can't because they're partners on the police force.
You bitch.
There's a spin-off series about Anatola and Dominique. We all, that's what was fun having Dominique come in.
Yeah.
I'm so angry. It's fine.
It's a cameo episode.
Sorry.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'm very hurt.
What were we even doing? Now we're just like being like, here's the relationship of these two awesome lesbian
We don't care about Don Alpha.
Sorry, Don Adolfo. Go ahead.
He's just like, oh wait, no. So he just wheels around at the window. He says, Dominique, my daughter, I'm sorry that we never knew each other like we should have. You see, your mother and I, and he gestures toward Eliza on the bed, who I think has inconspicuously got Peaches the iguana now, who was here in the hospital room.
Yeah, well, that's how you can tell the familiarity between the two of you is that Peaches went to her. We all know Peaches only. Also, Cream is there too, the dog that followed earlier. What? No, what was
Mango?
Mango. Mango's there, hanging out too.
We never knew each other like we should have. As I'm sure you know, I was an orphan, and so was your mother. When we had you, we were both young criminals. We didn't think that we were deserving or could parent a child like you. As you came out, you were beautiful, and we were scared. We were scared that we would ruin you, Dominique. So we gave you up, and we gave you to the man that you know as your father. We watched you over the years, and you grew into the strong woman that you are today. And it tore me apart inside, because I knew what ran through your blood. Crime. You can join us. We can be happy together. We can be a family once again. But we must leave together. I'm sorry.
All right, so Don Adolfo is trying to plead for his daughter to run away with him and not arrest him. How does the audience feel? Let's start off with Jack.
I'm so conflicted. Like, I do want the family to be reunited again, but to be reunited with crime?
Ooh. So what's are you a yes or a no? Or you can also sit it out. You can give a flat 0.
I'm saying, even though I want them to be reunited, that's a no for me.
Ah!
Not reunited through crime.
Dennis!
Yeah, I think as an audience member, I'm conflicted because I see Javi, and he just learned about this family, and now Don Adolfo's trying to strip that from him.
Yeah, I mean, that's his stepdaughter.
Yeah, exactly. I just want the best for Javi as an audience member, so that's a no from me.
Okay, that's a no.
Rip.
That's a no from me.
Oh!
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Nikki.
As much as she like Dominique is fighting a life of crime, which you could see in the other season going on between her and Anatole and the police crime episodes over there.
And also, this is a big thing too, because in those episodes, you always talk about how you just wish that your father would want to do anything with you.
Yes.
And so this is a really big, but once again, you have to watch all of that. But you know,
it's a whole thing.
Yeah. There was a lot that happened back there.
But you also killed the man that she actually thought of as her father. No,
You did.
So you're gonna take a -4.
Too bad that one doesn't max out like the other one.
Yeah, there is no bottom limit.
There's
on that
no
one.
bottom. Which, for Don Adolfo, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
That will give your boy a -1.
Oh my god!
So you're just trying to plead all of these things.
It's very, very obvious that he's just trying to worm his way out more than making actual connections.
How little does this work on you, and how do you take him down to put your father in handcuffs?
Is there something? There's nothing special about talking about your feelings, right? No.
No, I just beefed it, so you're fine.
Yeah, no, he just failed completely. So you just give me the flavor text of how you get to take down your father.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She just she turns him to the window and she says, "Get that last look of the summer sky, Father, because this is the last thing you'll see for the next 25 years."
Damn.
And Don Adolfo, you feel the cold steel of cuffs wrap around your wrists.
Oh.
As officer policemen come in and drag you out while commenting on Javi's physique, as Valentino is already starting to take just the bandages and rags throughout the room and designing a whole new line of fashion based around medical couture for as Javi is the muse. And I
call it mummy punk.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then
I can't even look at Valentino as I'm carted away.
And Eliza looks at her daughter and goes, "Well, I guess I missed a few birthdays, didn't I?"
Shit.
And she's already drinking a martini. She has a problem.
She's amazing. Honestly, I can't believe I ever tried to poison her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
And that's where we cut. And we all know what's going to happen is the relationship with Eliza and Dominique is going to get carried over because Eliza is now going to be a reoccurring character on. Do we have a name for your lesbian cop duo show?
Is it just called Cop Lesbians?
Cop Lesbians.
Cop Lesbians.
That's the rough translation into English.
It's Cop Lesbians.
I think that as we're going to the credits, there's just a quick scene where we're down at the bottom at the entrance of the hospital, and you see them like pushing Don Adolfo into the back of the squad car, and they shove him in there, and sitting there right next to him is Veronica, also in handcuffs.
Yeah, and the two of you
they just look at each other.
Yeah.
But the cop car drives away. The one that Anatola is in is separate. The one you're in turns left suddenly. Till next time.
Damn!
Oh!
And that's it. That's been episode 4 of Belleza, Comienza. The Brickman's Oath is what we're calling this one.
The
Brickman's Oath.
Oh,
loose the Brickman's Oath or loose soup.
It will not be called loose soup.
I feel like Jack just showed that the main cast has veto power apparently.
No, it's completely bad. I also don't want that.
Loose soup.
You can like whenever people talk about this episode, you can be like, you mean loose soup, and they'll be like, no,
I don't think
it was called that in the rough draft. But
this was the working title was loose soup. It was that one was
episode.
Well, that one was more hobby centric because the first actor was actually the nephew of one of the producers, and that one like just literally couldn't get a line out to save his life. Also the soup spillage wasn't in the first draft, but was added in the second one to shit on the first actor who kept spilling soup on himself. But that's just a fun little, behind the scenes thing.
Of course, yeah.
Oh man,
we all watched the after show. But yeah, so once again, this was we were playing Pasion. It's an amazing game by Brandon Liam Goodbetta. You can follow him. You can follow him at BLeonGoodbetta on Twitter. He's an amazing game designer. You can go down if you haven't already picked this game up. Go check it out on Kickstarter. It's available for pre-order. And just like I said, Brandon's also a great follow. He has, he's been really riling up shitty Critical Role fans and calling them out in their toxicity, and I'm here for it, Brandon. Every time you just talk about all these shitty little trolls coming to your mentions, I just can't. I love telling everybody, if you disagree with Brandon, don't listen to my show. But luckily, most of our fans are shitty people. So once again, go follow Brandon. I'm not going to plug myself. I just want to plug Brandon. So we'll go back.
I see Shannon dropping.
She's dropping that. But now let's do some plugs. And so we'll start off up top over here. Jack, where can everyone find you outside of this amazing game?
You can follow me on Twitter at Harlack. You can listen to me talk about video games over at escapistmagazine.com. Or as soon as the pandemic is over, you can listen to me talk about bad movies over at redlettermedia.com.
And then we'll go down to Dennis.
Yeah, you don't have to follow me personally, like it says right under my name. You can forget about me. I only only shit post and tweet about Black Lives Matter.
Hey,
but
those are all good posts right there.
Those are both important things to do.
But I would appreciate if you followed and give a share and a listen to my podcast Control Group. That's CTRL, just like the key on your keyboard. We also have a Pasiones playthrough that we did. So if you liked what I did here, you can watch me play another character there.
We did.
And if anyone, I'm not saying to go download the episode, but like if everyone thinks that Control Group sounds familiar, they're one of the groups we actually did an episode drop with on our feed during June. So like I said, it was the beginning of their Lasers and Feels hack for Hitchhiker's Guide, which is a very fun one. But like I said, so go check out Control Group. Addison, give me some plugs.
Okay. So I'm on Twitter at Addison_Peacock. It's just my name with an underscore in it. I am all over the place online. I'm the co-host of The Cryptid Keeper, which is a podcast about cryptids and folklore and all kinds of like monsters and stuff. That's been a passion project for a couple years now. I also play Mariah Harris on Horror Borealis, which is a Monster of the Week campaign podcast. And that's on the One Shot Network, and you can find that on Twitter as well. And also, because I haven't plugged this a lot, but it's a great show and I should plug it more. I was on an audio drama that wrapped recently called The Subjective Truth. It's it's about like conspiracies and aliens and like missing persons. And it's a really, really fun, cool story. And you can find that on Twitter as well. I played Graham Anderson, who's like the host of a fictional radio show covering the story that the show follows. Anyway, yeah, that's that.
All right, great. And then Jonah, give me some plugs.
Hey everybody, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, etc. at Jonah M. Jackson. I am a player and DM, GM, everything else. A lot of hats on the Quest Company and Quest Company Junior, 2 actual play podcasts, one kid friendly, one not so much. We got a fun long-term Pokemon campaign happening over on Questco Junior, Postcards from Pearl. And then over on the Quest Company, we're getting back into Bound, which is like our Conan the Barbarian inspired storyline. And I'm running like a spin-off of Postcards from Pearl set like way back in the past. So that's a lot of fun. So go and check it out. You can find those on Twitter at the Quest Company and at Questco Junior.
All right, great. And then Nikki.
Hey, so yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at thewigdm, on Twitter and Instagram. Besides planning of things, I actually do a regular stream. I play a little goblin named Scuzz on a reoccurring campaign on Thursday nights. I know that might get in the way of people watching Critical Role since it just came back, but I mean, it's fine. From the group Final Show Films, you should check them out. They also have a bunch of other games that they're running as well. They're a wonderful group, and I really like playing with them. But more things coming, so just kind of keep an eye out. I might pop up again. Maybe not as Dominique. Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe we'll do a lesbian cops.
Oh my God! Don't tease me. I would absolutely love
lesbian
that.
But yeah. So once again, I'm Joel. I run a show called Critical Bits. You can watch it or not. We can't watch this podcast. You listen to it, but I don't care if you do it because you listen to this and you're here. That's all that matters because this is the only show. And this has been Belleza, Comienza, and make sure to fucking come back. We're gonna try to get back on the every Fridays once again. Like I said, we took a hiatus, and so we'll just announce it. And so thank you all so much for coming out. And that's it. The game's done. Also, I loved how we got to make like the kit. That was so good. Very good.
So fun.
Love
All
right,
I love this game.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.